Hello, the higher self. Sean O'Malley says he gives it to his higher self and he goes into the fight. He's not the one fighting, his higher self is. What does that innately mean? It means he's pushing off the worry, the anxiety to his training. He's trusting flow. Now, is there a higher self? I believe there is. But regardless of what you believe, you have to understand that if you can, despite your anxieties, despite your worries, despite what you feel, if you can push everything aside and just focus on the moment at hand, if you can find a justification to do that, you'll get out of your way and you'll unlock what's known as fluid intelligence. You will gain fluid intelligence doing this. What does this mean? His ability to feint, his ability to make reads, his ability to make decisions in the moment, all of it is heightened. It is faster, there's less delay, and he can get out of his own way, be unstifled, and look smooth, make it look easy, make it look effortless. It's like that guy who plays two guitars on a Omegle. He can do things that are mind-blowing in a way where it seems as though that difficult thing looks very simple, very easy for the individual, smooth, effortless, and that's just it. That's the elite. This elite fighter fights on a very high processing level, and he does it by unlocking his fluid intelligence. Thus, with his hands-down style, that's where his KO power comes from. It comes from a hands-down style. He, with his fluid intelligence, makes reads and is very precise. He's very precise in the moment. He touches you with elasticity. He's really good at harnessing his body mechanics, increasing his balance. He's increasing his balance, lowering his center of gravity, which gives him that footwork, which gives him the ability to move in and out of space very effectively. He's always in a good position, and he can counter when you're out of position, when you aim to engage recklessly. He can catch you. He's really good because he not only has a very high fluid intelligence, trusting his higher self. Some other fighters trust God. They all have to trust something. You have to trust something to build that genuine sense of confidence. You have to trust in your training, perhaps. Give it to something. But Sean O'Malley gives it to his higher self. His fluid intelligence increases, and with that, with the lower center of gravity, with the hands-down style, he's able to move in and out of space, make reads from a distance, and snipe you. Snipe you with higher quality decisions. That's why his kicks are beautiful as well. He can do spinning kicks, he can throw teeps. They're all powerful, they all have ump behind him because he has a lower center of gravity. And with it, switching stances, alternating, because he has more balance, because he has more wind-up, harnessing the hands-down style, he has more power. Pair that with precision. Pair that with the timing armed with a high fluid intelligence. It's no wonder he schools people. It's no wonder he makes it look effortless. He does. And that's just it. This style works because his fluid IQ is so high. It compensates for defense with fluid IQ. His ability to be in the right positions, to evade, to touch and not get hit. He's constantly making decisions, trusting his higher self. And that is something we can all take into our own lives. You have to learn how to trust yourself in some paradigm of existence. You have to develop a competence and then trust yourself and then adapt, grow, make reads. It's the same thing. Life is the same thing. When you give it to God, when you give it to your higher self, when you give it to the training, when you give it to something, as Sean O'Malley does, you too gain a glint of something special.